Welcome to Land House. I'm Seth. This is the Issomi 300 watt power station. Let's go ahead and take a look at this and see all of its features. This is everything that comes in this kit. A little instruction booklet. You've got your AC to DC power. You've got a barrel plug to cigarette lighter adapter. There is a cigarette lighter to barrel plug to charge this unit, and then also it's got battery clamps to a barrel plug to charge as well, and then you've got the power station itself. Let's take a tour around this product real quick. So it's got the Issomi logo right there. Right here is an LED light that can actually be angled down, so if you want to read on a table, that would be a pretty cool feature to have. The display right here for the information, we'll get to that in a minute. And then there are three different doors you can open here. The first one is the USB, so that opens up and you've got a USB Type-C, USB Type-3, and then two USB Type-A that are the 5 volt 2 amp down there at the bottom. If we open this one right here, it's the DC port. It's got the 12 volt 3 amp DC out or DC in, and that's your main charging spot for solar panel or the power brick that came with this. If you open the bottom one, it's got a single AC 300 watt outlet right there, and that's all for the outputs. If you move over here, nothing on that side, nothing on this side, and then nothing over here. Look on the bottom, it is also closed up with some rubber feet. And then if you move to the top up here, it does not have any vents whatsoever up there. So there is a carrying handle, you can see right there. It has some little rubber feet down here that keep that from slamming down, which is a fun feature. It has a wireless charger on top, we'll test that out. And then it has power button, AC, and then LED. I'm going to push and hold the power button till the display comes on. There we go. Right now it's going to show 30% battery. This thing was shipped at 0, so I charged it up to 30 in about an hour and a half. It's currently using 3 watts just to be on. Let's go ahead and try out the wireless charging up top here. There we go. It has started. Cool. So that one, hopefully you can see that red light there to show that that is now charging wirelessly. So that works just fine. As soon as you push the on button, that is ready to accept wireless charging. So let's go ahead and work from the top down. I'm going to turn on the LED, hold that down for 1.5 seconds. It's showing the amount of time left that it'll run this. So 16 hours and 34 minutes for that light. Cool. So that's what that display is showing now. All right, and like I said before, this can be angled up or down. And then if you push this quick, it'll cycle through 3 different brightness there, and then hold it down to turn it back off. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and open up the USB here. And I have got 2 flashlights that are needing to be charged. So let's plug those up at the same time. I'll do one here in the regular 5 volt 2 amp, and then do another one up here in the USB 3. And we'll see how well these accept that power. All right, this is the regular USB. All right, it flashed real quick, and I see the light here on my flashlight. And so this next one, let's go ahead and plug it up as well. All right, now it's using a total of 15 watts. I see the light on here as well. So that is functioning as it should, charging up these 2 flashlights. So the next one, we have the DC right here. So let me go ahead and plug up something to the DC out. This unit came with the cigarette lighter, so I can plug that up on the DC out. And let me get an application that uses this real quick. I've got an air compressor. I'm going to connect that to this right here. Fan kicked on. I'm just going to go ahead and push this, and we'll see what the display shows. It is not liking that whatsoever. Let me unplug these flashlights real quick and see if it's going to do better at running that compressor. Ugh, man, those are really holding on to those. All right, let's try this again. Nope. So the output on that is 12 volt 3 amp. So it's not running that very efficiently. Up to 10 amp. Interesting. Now the AC side of this power station has 3 different modes. First of all, it is powered off. So if I plug up this 220 watt light, nothing's going to happen. Unplug that. There is the AC on button here on the top. Hold that down for about 3 seconds. And it's going to turn that on right here. So that's going to consume 8 to 12 watts just being on. And now if I plug up this light, we're going to see the output. So that is now pulling 220 watts from this battery. That's a lot of power, so this number percentage would probably drop down fairly quick with this. It says it would run that for 24 minutes on 29%. Now there is one more option here. So right now, this AC outlet is waiting for any draw more than 5 watts. If it doesn't find that, it's going to turn off the unit and kind of an auto off after about 3 minutes. But if you want to have an application that's going to pull less than 5 watts, you have to tap the LED light twice, real quick. All right, so now it is prepared to run this all the time, waiting for any input, even if it's less than 5 watts. So it'll currently run this for about 6 hours and 45 minutes because it's consuming 11 watts just being on. All right, just hold down the AC button until that turns off again. And that is the functionality of all of those ports. I've turned off my studio light so we can see how bright the LED is. So there is the low setting, medium, and high. So if I step around here, you can see that's decently bright. And of course, if you wanted to read by this, I mean, that's good enough already, but you could angle this down and read on a table or, you know, cook something, whatever you need to do with this light facing downward. Pretty cool. I also like how the handle opens up from the back side so that you can carry this like a lantern and it would be able to illuminate things for a long time. Looks like on 29% battery, this will run for 13 hours. So you can light that for a very long time. This little power station does have an IPX of 6.3, so you can leave it out in the rain if you need to. It's also dust resistant. Probably would not want to drop this into any water, but at least can be outside in the rain. Using the power brick that it came with, it's going to take 6 to 8 hours to charge. I had it charging about 2 hours, and it went from 0 to 30%, to give you an idea. I did not charge with the included cigarette lighter adapter or with the battery clamps, but those will be very similar. This can take a solar panel input up to 90 watts. So if you need to charge this a lot quicker, you can use a solar panel. The brick here, I think it was 58, 59 watts. So a lot less than the 90 that this can charge with on solar. If you want to check out this little power station, I have a link for it in the description down below. It seems like it is well built with an aluminum frame, and they've put attention to detail on the design. The handle, I think, could have been a little bit stronger, but other than that, everything else seems to be really good. It does have one more feature that I did not mention, and that is if you want to turn off the unit whenever it's in any mode. So let's see, turn it back on here. Okay, there we go. So as it is right now, it's going to wait for a few minutes. If there's no input, it will turn itself off. But you can hold down the AC on-off button and the light button at the same time, and a couple seconds later, it'll turn off. There we go. The unit is now off. So it's a little bit confusing because it doesn't say that here on the top, but it will auto off on its own. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Seth with Land House, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.